Aces, I can promise you that not all sunglasses are built the same. Rick's Eyewear is crafted for durability, clarity, and style that lasts. And we're so confident that we back ourselves with a 90-day free returns policy just in case they're not a perfect match. Use Aces for 20% off site-wide and find your fit right now at rickseyewear.com.au. Now let's get into the show. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Tommy Talks on American Aces. And this week, we're finally joined by Dyson Daniels in the building. Big dog, welcome to American Aces. It's good to have you.
It's good to be on finally. So we've tried a few times. I haven't been able to get here, but I'm glad that I'm finally here.
Couldn't have timed it any better. You've just absolutely exploded, as we all saw you. You've just been dominating for the Boomers. But mate, this year we're going to dive right into it. I've kind of structured this to talk a lot about the year, but also to go back from the start. But before we do, you are back home. Bendigo boy, we're both, I was Riddles Creek, not too far away. Yeah. How's it been back home?
No, it's been great. Obviously, being from Bendigo, growing up in the country, get back, catch some footy and stuff like that, go a few meat pies, things that you can't do in America. So I enjoy doing that. I spend a lot of my time in Melbourne, though, when I'm back, just because fam's moved out here and stuff. But I don't get much time at home, so I definitely make the most of it.
How much time do you spend back in Melbourne when you come back?
Yeah, it's weird. This year I'm going to do about a month, and then I'll go to LA, start working out again, and then I'll come back and do another few weeks just to break it up a little bit. It's starting to get cold in Melbourne, so get out to LA and, enjoy some time off and maybe a little Europe trip in there. But, this is my first real off-season I've had. My first one had the World Cup, second one had the Olympics. Now this one I don't have anything, so get to debrief a little bit and really enjoy it.
After such a big year, which we're going to talk about later for everyone that's going, Tommy, get straight into it. Mate, so do you relax a little bit more? Do you actually have time off, or are you still going to the gym and putting up heaps of shots and, getting to the gym?
Yeah, this one I'm relaxing a little bit more, especially at the start. I haven't taken any time off for fucking 2 years now and just been flat out. So I'll take at least, I've just been working out in the gym. I haven't been doing much basketball stuff, but when I get back over to America next week, I'll get back into it, get back in shape, turn up a few things and work on my game. So I'm trying to segment it, take a month off, get a good, 6-week training patch, come back here for 2-3 weeks and do some business stuff. And then I'll be back into it for the next 2-3 months before the season starts.
And when you're back in town, if you just want to duck over to, Adelaide or wherever the boys want to go, it's just a private jet type of operation these days, isn't it?
It was the other day, yeah. But, Mum doesn't like that. She wants me to save the money. But hopefully we, get a nice contract this offseason. That'll be private jets everywhere.
Oh, I think you're sorted, mate, especially with the Adidas one that you just signed as well. Now, you're a big Tigers man. How long have you, you've obviously grown up barracking for the Tigers, but some of your favourite players?
Yeah, obviously Dusty Martin, coming through there. Van Marich when he was playing, but we got a good young team now. I like watching, Sammy Lawler play. One of my guys, Hugo Ralph Smith, he's doing really well. But Noah Bolts obviously is one of my favorite players as well. I feel like they're building something. It's not going to be our year for probably the next 2 or 3 years, but you got to start somewhere. So. We've had our good run, and it's time to rebuild again. You've
had an unbelievable run, and I'm glad you said the big boy. I got a little message for you. I was going to get on the screen, but there's too much going on. So I actually sent Dion Presti a message and said, "You got to get me a message from the big dog, Van Marich, right here. Look at this."
Dyson, how you going, man? Heard you're a massive Tigers fan. Actually, I know you are because I've seen you at the G at one of our games recently, and I'm sort of kicking myself. I never came up and said hello to you. I just didn't want to be one of those guys that was annoying, but I've really loved watching you play ever since you started playing for the Boomers, seeing you hustle out there, whether it's offensively or defensively. Anyway, enough of my critiquing of your game. You know what you're good at, and love watching you play, mate. And I think we're really lucky as Australians to have such a great leader as yourself out there. Doing that, you're going to inspire so many people, and keep doing what you're doing, keep being who you are, and all the best for the future, brother.
That's fucking elite. I've never actually met him, so hopefully get to meet him one day. Remember the big mullet running around. So obviously a Tigers legend. So shout out to Van. I've never run into you, but hopefully get to meet him one day.
We'll make sure it happens. I think he's the head of welfare. I was speaking to Dion, one of the nicest guys I don't know him either, but apparently I might try to get him on the potty as well. But he's got the mullet. It's gone.
It's gone. It's gone.
Oh, well, unless he's hiding it in that video.
Maybe he's gone the skullet.
He's gone the clean skin because he's got the, he's got the role there as the head of welfare. But, mate, he was a beast, wasn't he?
Oh, he was fucking great.
I'm glad you said that, by the way, because I was like, I'm pretty sure he's one of his favourite players.
I had no idea that fucking you had that for me, so that's sick.
We're going to get on the screen, but I thought, I'll just show you on the phone. And, you, mate, I think I saw you slotting a few sausage rolls down the where Collingwood trained the other day. You still have a kick?
Oh, I fucking love having a kick. I always tell people I'm going to come back and play footy one day. So, I got to stay in shape. In Atlanta facility, our strength and conditioning coach, he actually used to work for Geelong for like 4 years. So we've got a footy there and we always go out and kick after every practice. So just keeping the form going. And when I'm home, all my boys play as well. So I catch those games, catch the AFL games. And when I can get out there myself and kick a few sausage rolls, I'll do that as well.
That's so good. Are you always just trying to kick it in the ring?
Oh man, I'm fucking launching them from full court. We outside. We got like these tires that we're trying to like kick it in and stuff. So we're doing it all.
Funny, I just had a podcast with Toby Green, Jake Riccardi, and Tom Green. Tom Green he loves you and he loves NBA, but he fancies himself as a player. I was just thinking when I was at the Giants, that's what the boys do with basketball. They get the basketball ring and just shoot hoops all afternoon and get told off because they're it's not that. You're on your calves a lot and you're jumping around. They don't like it, the S&C coaches. But that's cool. Does any of the other, does Trey Young come out and have a little kick? Does any of the boys try to have a go at it?
Teach them. I've tried to teach a few of my teammates. Trey hasn't had a go yet, but they've got no idea. Like they fucking just grab the ball and punt the thing.
They can't handball it or anything.
They can't handball. They can't kick. But it's funny you say that because I feel like whenever you play a sport, like all basketball players want to be fucking football players. All football players want to get some one-on-one games going on basketball. So it's I just love me footy, and there's a few guys I've tried to teach, and one of my boys, Mo Gay, who I play with, he loves it. He's starting to get it down pat. So we go out and after every practice and have a kick.
That's so good that you're still kicking the Sharon around. Yeah. You're a Sharon operator, aren't you? You're not kicking the Burleys or the Ross Faulkners.
No, we're kicking the Sharon. Definitely the Sharon.
If it's not a Sharon, I grew up on a Burley, and when I played, Burley?
I don't know what a Burley is. No.
Don't you?
No.
RDF. What's the Bendigo League?
I think it's Sharon as well.
There you go. We're in the RDFL. We're rolling the Burley. So until you got to like Calder Cannons and the Vic squads, you finally got the Sharon, the real stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously, we've just launched the Aces NBA show. So we've got Thanasi Kokonakis. We've got our man there, Jeffrey Goebbels, and then Pete Pistols Hawley, who you know very well. Pistols reckons he showed you the ropes down when you started.
No, he definitely did. Pistols one of my good friends, and I catch up with him, every other week. So we actually got to go down. I was talking to Pete the other day. Got to go down to the casino, play some more chili. So that's that game. But
on the what do you call it?
On the slaps.
The pokies, yeah.
Wow.
Well, I actually played that once with Steel Sidebottom. Shout out to Steel. I reckon I was only younger, but the only one I've played. More chilies.
That one and all aboard are my favourite ones. So I'm a big pokies man.
You play Baccarat?
Yeah, I've gotten into that recently. Actually, my boy got me into it, and I've been winning on it. Blackjack's a scam here at Crown. So if you want to win money, go play Baccarat.
It's the best odds in the casino, my mates reckon. Big shout out to Risky.
I've heard that as well. So
I don't know how to win, but last time we were there, I was just betting on the Tigers, and we landed a couple of Tigers, and the whole joint was erupting. I don't know how you win a Tiger, but it's like 50-1. So
it's hard to win a Tiger. I think 55-1 if you win big Tiger, and 22-1 if you win little Tigers. So
they said that never happens, but it did. It's always beginner's luck. Let's get into the NBA season. I just want to start off with, how do you sum it up, the whole season for you?
Yeah, it's definitely success for me. Obviously, I had a big goals for me coming into my third year. My first 2 years, I didn't perform the way I wanted to. So I came in with expectations, and I think being traded to Atlanta, I was just, I got a fresh start. I was able to go in there and play free. And confidence is the biggest thing in basketball and most sports. And if you're confident in your ability to go out there and make plays and be yourself, then you're going to go out there and do good things. And I just got the opportunity I needed and made the most of it. And, from there, the start of the season, it just jumped and grew and grew. And obviously, people started to realize that, I'm one of the best defenders in the league, and offensive game grew as well. So I think my ceiling has, has breached what people thought it was. And there's so much more that I can get to that. I'm happy with how the season went. Obviously, it's a step in the right direction.
Did you gain a lot? Obviously, you said you gained a lot of confidence, but did you lose a lot of confidence at the end of the Pelicans kind of time there?
Yeah, I think, I was confident here in Australia my whole career, growing up, playing juniors and stuff. And when I first got to America, started playing in the G League Ignite, and kind of like got slapped in the face with how hard it was over there, and it was like, wow, like there's levels to this. Like they're coming in Australia basketball, it's growing, but American basketball is just better all around. And I think going there, being with the Pelicans for 2 years, not really putting my stamp in the league. It's like, is this going to work out? Is this the team for me? And I always had the belief in me, but the confidence is the biggest thing. I had to go out there, and it doesn't matter who you're playing. You got to go at LeBron. You got to go at KD, like these guys that are the staple pieces of the league. And if you go in there scared or shy, it's just not going to work for anyone. So I kind of flipped the switch on that this year and just went out there and said, fuck it. If I'm going to be a good player in this league, I got to go out there and be myself.
Yeah, I like that. And when you were traded to Atlanta, how's that go down? We're having a bit of a laugh because I caught up with Jock Landale years ago and did a podcast, and he got traded, I think, the next day. But you just never know how it's so cutthroat, especially NBA. And I'm a big NFL man as well. And you see these players that are superstars, they get cut all the time. Big trades. We saw the Luka AD one. Talk to me about your one. How did it all go down? Where were you? What do you remember of it?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I wasn't expecting it. I was obviously being in New Orleans my first 2 years. I had my exit interviews. They'll tell me they're happy with how I was going, and they're excited to see me back next year. And 2 weeks later, bang, I'm gone. I get a phone call, 7 a.m. It's like, hey, we appreciate what you've done for us, but I'm sorry, we're trading you to Atlanta. And it's a real quick call, not much to it. I was getting ready for William Boomer's camp at the time, getting ready for Olympics, and I got traded. I didn't really know how to feel. I was like shocked the first few days. I was like, a bit down, but then I kind of like realized like this is good for me. Like this is going to be a new fresh start, new team, fresh faces. It's what I need to really get my career going. And I just made the most of it, jumped on it, and I was able to come in this year, be myself, play confident, and I got a good role playing alongside Trey, being that defender role, being able to play off him, who's such one of the best offensive players in the league. Great coach, great coaching staff and front office. So everything kind of just really, fell in place, and it was perfect for me.
As they say, everything happens for a reason, don't they?
Exactly.
It's good. But it certainly must have driven you to just, this year, most improved player. I've got a list. I made sure I screenshot the list with the boys at the back because it's a list that I wasn't familiar with. But when I read out the names, Jimmy Butler, Giannis, Siakam, Ingram, Julius Randle, Ja Morant, Tyrese Maxey last year, like that's only a few. There's more.
Yeah,
they're superstars, and so are you. And it must be an absolute honor to win that award.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the award, like it's been given to people who've kind of made the jump from being a good player to like all-star, and that's some of those names you read out. And for me to win the award, it just kind of shows that I feel like I was deserving of, obviously, but I think it's more just I had a shit first 2 years, and I was able to come in and I really show what I could do this year. And I was saying the other day, like I feel like I could win this award again. I think I have so much more improvement left in me, and now like I'm going into year 4, but it's kind of like people are in and out of the league all the time. It's like kind of like an older role, year 4 in the league, and I'm able to. Obviously, hopefully, I'm here in Atlanta this year. You never know, but I'm really coming in with high expectations of myself, and I want to make another statement, another jump, and I feel like I could win this award again.
How does the contract work? Like when you got traded to Atlanta, when is it contract year? Is this the one coming up?
Yeah, so contract stays the same. I got a 4-year rookie contract when I got drafted, but after your 3rd year, which I just finished, you can renegotiate your contract extension, and so my agent will be in talks this offseason, and if you don't come into an agreement, then you'll be an unrestricted free agent. No, you'll be a restricted free agent at the end of your 4th year, and not many teams want to have rookies that can play on a restricted free agent deal. They want to sign them to a nice contract or what they think they're deserving of after their 3rd year. So that's the position I'm in now. So hopefully we get something good. But all I can do is focus on myself and go out there and become a better player.
Oh, well, you've certainly deserve. You're gonna get looked after, man. I can tell you now. If I was your agent, it'd just be the easiest deal in the world. Just walk around and say who wants him and how much. Let's go back to the Pelicans though, because that's where you got picked up. Pick 8, wasn't it?
Pick 8, yeah.
Pick 8, unbelievable. I want to talk about the kit though. We got Viceti. We're going to talk about the fashion brand that you own later on. But you're a big fashion man. Let's talk about the outfit. Who styled you that night? What goes into that night?
Yeah.
And did you know you're going to go that early?
I was with a group called Alba Legacy. They were the ones that styled me. And as you get the opportunity one time, draft night's huge. Everyone want to do something loud. And, I had a little piece of cloth that I could pick from. So it's like hard to see what it'll look like on a suit. But it was like a nice gray with like a little shine to it. I was like, let's go all out. Let's go for that. And fucking, some people loved it. Some people hated it. I still don't know how I feel about it. But it's definitely controversial. But, you make some noise, you're always winning. So I think that's what I did, going into draft night. I was just able to, be myself, on that night. So it was good fun having your family there, my parents drove me to all these basketball games, drove me 4 or 5 hours every week just to play basketball. So you really, cherish that moment with your family. And I knew I was around the 6 to 10 mark, so I fell right at 8. So I was happy with it. I was happy going to New Orleans. Didn't work out for me, but that's life and you move on. But I got opportunity here in Atlanta. I'm happy to be here.
I know we're going to talk about Atlanta in depth, but I just need to go back to that day because I haven't asked anyone about it, draft night. But when it's a bit like NFL, they give you a little call, and then it's like, how's it all go down?
Yeah, so about before you get picked, like 3 or 4 minutes, they'll give you a call, say, hey, we're going to take you at this pick, and the cameras don't show that, obviously. So it's all you try to act like a surprise when you get picked, but it's like there's no better feeling than hearing Adam Silver call your name and getting to walk up on that stage. But personally, I feel like it's just better if you just don't know. Like, I think they should take the phone calls away and just, say the name.
That's not a bad shout, yeah.
You get everyone's real, reaction. And, but I mean, I still, like, when I heard my name called, like, my heart started, like, I got so sweaty and so hot. Like, I was just, like, didn't know how to act. And it was a crazy night, one of the best nights of my life and something I remember forever.
It's so good for your family, isn't it? Like, you've finally done it. Yeah. Like, you finally got the opportunity that's you'd love to know the odds for it, but it's almost impossible. So It's more about seeing your family and everyone so happy. It doesn't matter what kind of league you're in.
It's kind of a reward for everyone's effort, Obviously, me, I put all the hard work on the court, but my family, paying for all my junior fees, taking me everywhere, supporting me, growing up, it's a reward for them as well. So it is a real whole family moment.
Now let's go to. I got a rookie. I love me rookie cards. Well, I had a couple of years there, COVID. I was just flashing stupid amounts of cash on these cards, and I finally got one. I got Zion, right? Okay. But the big boy, he's good, but he's not as durable as Jack Crisp. Let's say that. What is the biggest meal you've seen him consume?
Zion. That's the thing. Like he's just he's not fat. Like he's built. Like he's strong. Like he's a tank. Like he's just got a. He's just had a bad run with injuries, and Zion's my guy, and I see him, eat good food. I see him, look after his body, recover and stuff, and he's just being unlucky with injuries, and I want to see him out there healthy because I think his talent is off the charts. Like I've never seen anyone that could do what he does. Like someone who doesn't have the shooting down pat that just gets the rim at will. Like it's insane to see, and you don't really see it until you play with him, and like. Everyone in the league will tell you, like, he's one of the hardest players to guard. Like, he's so strong, so athletic. It's insane. Like, his explosive power.
Is that why he always gets injured? Because he's so explosive?
Yeah, I think it'll go into it. I mean, when you are, 280 pounds jumping out the gym, like, you're more vulnerable to get injured. And, whether, I don't know what you do to do injury management with him, but I just want to see him healthy and out there playing because he's a beast.
Yeah, I was a bit cheeky with that, but I love him as well, and he is a beast. He just needs to stay out there, and the media really get into him.
The media get into anyone.
They get into anyone, don't they? All right, let's get into Atlanta. What's been your most, I guess, memorable moments this year? I've got one to start off. I've got my moment I like. There's obviously plenty, but your steal and then assist to Levert, the game winner. It looked like you were trying to just force overtime and. You stealing that and then just throwing it down to the great man. That was awesome, especially with the streak that you'd been on. And that goes into the streak, being next to the names like Michael Jordan, 15 points, 5 steals, 4 games in a row. They are my favourite moments, I think. What are yours?
Yeah, that's definitely one of the highlights of the year was that steal and Vert finishing that.
Take me to that play. Like, what's going through your mind in that moment?
Yeah, I think Desmond Bain was the guy I stole it off, and like all players have tendencies, which way they like to drive, and for him, I know when it's in his left hand, he's going to counter to come back right. So I knew he was going to slow his feet up when he was driving, and I was able to time the steal on that one, and I was lucky I got it, because if I didn't, it was probably going to be a foul or it was going to be a bucket. So I was able to get a hand in there, poke it loose, and then hit vert and let him do the rest of it. So that was a special one. The De'Aaron Fox one early in the year, I got a steal on him. But I think the one that's most memorable for me was early in the year. Trey went down. I think he had like an ankle injury or something. It was against Boston, and I was able to have my career high, 28. I think I had like 6 steals, like a bunch of rebounds, a bunch of assists, and it was just like it was like probably 10 games into the year. It's like, okay, I belong in this league. Like, we just beat Boston basically on a buzzer beater. They're the reigning champs. They had everyone playing. It's like, yeah, if I can do it with these guys, I can do it with anyone in the league. And that just made my confidence sky high and kind of set me up for the rest of the year. So I think that one was really the most memorable game for me.
That's the thing, man. You're doing it on both ends. Like, yeah. I think everyone's talking about your defense, but you were putting up a lot of points by the end of the year. And that's why we're going to get to. I'm going to ask you about what you're working on in the off season, but I want to go to one more. It was against your former teammates in that corner 3 when you turned around. Talk me through the celebration and what you said to them.
Yeah, I mean, they're my guys. I love that organization, but I had to let them know about it. I was talking trash in that corner, and I drilled the 3 and sprayed them all down. The NBA's fun, man. We got Ja Morant throwing grenades in the crowd and stuff. So, I just I enjoy that part of it, and I love that organization. There's no hard feelings there. It's just fun, and we play them again. I'm gonna have another one ready for them. So,
what were they saying? Can you remember what they were saying?
I think BR was guiding me. He was saying, like, yeah, let him shoot. He can't shoot, especially on the corners and stuff like that. I drilled that thing, so I had to let him know about it.
I just love that. I miss that kind of banter, especially when you're right in front of their bench. That's special. Exactly. Well, that leads into, I guess, Tommy Green asked me to ask you this, and it was definitely one of the questions I wanted to ask you, but he's got it. He reckons your goal setting so far, whatever you say, you've kind of done. So he's really interested to know what your goals are next. What are you doing with your game next? Your defense is clearly down pat.
Yeah.
Offensively, he's like, I would love to know, what's he doing? Is it going to be a 3-point percentage to 40% average? What's your goals for the next year?
Yeah, for me, I set individual goals before my season on what I want to get to, whether it be percentage-wise, points-wise. But like a long-term goal, I want to become an all-star in the league. I think I've really set myself up to, make that push for that. And, being an all-star, is kind of just another stage to get to, and you gain a lot more people's respect when you're an all-star. So that's a big goal for me. Obviously, my shot, I think it was 31% my first 2 years, and this year it was 34% from 3. So made that jump, but I want to get higher volume and get it to around 37, 38. I'll be happy with that. I shot really well from the field this year. I was like 49. I was close to 50%. So that's really good for a guard. But percentage-wise, it's a 3-point and free throw. Free throw I was fucking terrible this year. I shot like 58. So I need to get up to around like at least 80. Guards should be shooting around 80 from the line. But for me, it's the 3-point percentage that will make me a different player and make people guard me differently, which will open up everything on the floor.
You see it with like Dort, he's so good at defending, and then he just gets left in the corner and he just doesn't miss. So is that what you're saying? You want to get yourself to that kind of...
I think Dort, he's a guy that's really made that jump though. Like, he used to be a straight defender, like he couldn't do anything else. But the last like 2 or 3 years, like he's made that jump from the 3-point line, and he's shooting them confidently. And that's the biggest thing. Like I said, confidence again. It's you shoot it confidently and think you're going to make every shot. Then whether you miss or make it, your teammates trust that you can make it. Your coaches, have belief in you, and if you're scared to shoot it, then it looks bad on you, and that's when you get dragged from the game.
I want to jump around now to a theory that a few people have, but it's when you play in a big city. Obviously, you're in Atlanta. But when you go to New York, can you just confirm or deny that players always go out in New York? So after the game, so wherever they're playing next, just get on, just monitor how the team goes because they're a bit rusty. Like, do you boys really like to live it up when you go to the Big Apple?
Yeah, it's there's different. There's probably 3 or 4 cities I'd say it's just different there. That's New York. That's Boston. LA Clippers this year. Like, they had that new stadium. They had that wall behind, and people talking trash. But I kind of like. Me and Jalen Brunson, we had some really good battles this year, and being there in Madison Square Garden, I think he fouled me out. I had 6 fouls, and after my 5th foul, he went up to Adam Sandler. He's like, he can't guard me. He only does his foul. And Adam Sandler like hyping him up, dapping him up. I'm like, fuck. But I want Adam Sandler on my side. So that's cool because like those cities, you have the celebs courtside, and every time you're in New York, there's like at least 10 celebrities there that are supporting the Knicks. So it's just different being under those lights and in the big cities. They pack out the crowd, and the fans are crazy as well. So you definitely want to step up for those big games.
Geez, that's special. You've just mentioned Brunson and Adam Sandler in the same sentence. I think Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out soon, just quietly. So that's one of my favourite movies.
I'll have to check it out. Yeah. Didn't know that.
You would have met a lot of celebrities in your time. Who are some of the coolest celebrities you've met?
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Quavo, I've met. He's fucking dope.
He's a big Atlanta man.
Yeah, big Atlanta guy. Shaq is fucking funny. Those are probably the two that come to mind. But I'm always walking past celebrities and dapping them up, saying hey. But those are the probably two that I've really kind of been around a little bit, and seeing how they act. So I would say Shaq. He's a beast. He's funny.
He looks funny. I'm glad you mentioned Shaq because that leads into my next question. Shaq's first paycheck, I think he blew the whole lot. Tell me what you did with your first big paycheck.
Yeah, I mean, you get told all these things as fucking, oh yeah, you save your money, don't fucking go stupid with it. I'm like, no, fuck that. Like, I got my paycheck. Let me get my car. Like, let me go get my house and shit. Like, but no, you settle down, I think, as you go on and you want to save and invest in stuff. And the cool stuff is, I'm not old, but as you get older is when you have the investment properties and you have the money coming in, you're not doing any work for it. So that's what I want to get to. And, obviously I bought the diamond watches, I bought the fucking diamond chains and a nice car and stuff. But I think I'm at the point now where I just, I save my money. I enjoy going on a nice holiday or, buying a nice investment house or something like that.
Funny when you mentioned the chains, man. I can't get over the amount of chains getting around, the heavy-duty chains on the neck.
No, it's just who got the bigger chain.
But these boys, like when they walk around the streets, they must be worried about them because it's like they're obviously, there's not saying they're going to get mugged, but it's just, I don't know, it's just a lot to leave in your room when you go play. Like if you're going to go guard Brunson, you got to worry about the chain that might be in the safe at the hotel.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like it used to be just Cuban chains with no pendant. Now it's like, who's got the bigger dick has the bigger fucking get the bigger
get
chain.
Your dick out and show us how big it is.
But fuck, man, I got people walking around with fucking basketball-sized circle chains.
How much are they worth?
The big one's got to be like $500,000 at least. So, but yeah, I'm not going to get to that stage. I just like nice, clean, like Cuban. Like something that's just looks nice. I don't need the big fucking pendant, hanging.
Nah.
So.
What's the most expensive item that you've purchased? Can't be a house.
Oh, it's my car then. I got a G-Wagon, so probably that.
Outside of cars then? I'm thinking jewelry.
Yeah, it's probably this one, actually.
He just slipped it under the Viceti. He's got it underneath the hoodie.
The AP got this for $70. So this is probably the most expensive jewelry I've bought.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I actually just had a missed call from my mate James Risk. He is a watch freak. He's got a few of them. Yeah.
I am a watch freak too. I'm trying to get a nice watch collection.
They don't go down in value. That's a good thing with them.
It's something you can resell, but it's something, I'm into watches, so I think that's a good thing to invest in as well.
Love it. Let's get into Tommy's 10. I've got some rapid fire questions for you, big fella.
All right.
Before we get into a few other things. All right. This is the most important question. I'll look down the barrel and ask you, who is the hardest player in the NBA to guard?
SGA. It's not even close. SGA.
Wow, that quickly.
Yeah. He's like sneaky strong, and like he has like a bump that like you can't contest his shot once he bumps you. And the only way you can really, guard him one-on-one is if you beat him to a spot and hit him with your chest, which a guy like him who has so much wiggle, so much, shifty movements, it's hard to do. So guarding him has to be a team effort. You have to have a game plan going in. But he's just so like sneaky strong, and he's got the step back mid-range, get to the rim, step back three now. Like he's got it all. I just think he knows the game well. He's got an IQ where he can draw fouls. That's the thing that probably makes him the hardest to guard is, when you guard a guy that can draw fouls so good and like he can bump you, but if you bump him, he's just flopping and he's getting the calls. So like very subtle things that you have to do to, guard him and throw him off his rhythm. I think the Nuggets right now are doing a really good job of it, but he's the hardest to guard.
And when you're getting a couple of fouls, it's straight on the bench as well. So you can't, then that's when he gets off the chain.
Exactly. It's the worst when you get like 2 fouls straight up and he gets like 8 like 8 points in a row. It's like, fuck, now you come in and he's got it going. It's hard to stop.
I'm interested to know who comes in second and third.
I look at it in two categories. There's players that like are hard to keep in front of you, like SGA, Kyrie, Jalen Brunson. And there's players that are hard to guard that just like get buckets. And one of them's Cade Cunningham. Like he just gets to his spot, rises over. He's big, he's like 6'7", like probably like 220. Like he's strong. A guy like him, he's smart. He has the lobs. He can pass it. Like he's hard to guard. But he's a sneaky one. And KD, like
that's what we said. I told you, boys.
Can't contest KD's shots. So
we had a little bit of a laugh at the back. I said, "Who do you think he's going to say?" And we should have filmed it, but I said, "Oh, it's got to be KD. He's so long." And
KD just like he's not as quick or shifty anymore, but like he just gets to his spot and rises over. You fucking can't see him there. He's calling you too small. It's like he does it all. So
that's good. Who is the biggest trash talker in the NBA?
KD and Devin Booker. They're on the same team, so you play Phoenix, you're going to hear a lot of it. So,
is that right?
Yeah, they both trash talk a lot.
You can't be talking about too much. The boys aren't going too well. All right, hardest team to play against in the NBA.
Ooh, hardest team.
And you can talk about this year.
Yeah, this year was OKC. Just they brought it every night. They brought the intensity. They're good. They defend. They all defend. And fucking, they're just hard, man. They can all play. They're all smart. They run. They pick you up full court. They're the best team in the league. So no, that's kind of easy answer for the OKC. But I would say a sneaky hard one to play is Detroit.
I was going to say Detroit. I reckon they're coming along nicely, aren't they?
Yeah, their system this year is just fucking, bully people, and then fucking you go back at him. You got Isaiah Stewart coming to take your head off.
He's a big boy. We were saying the big Pops Halliburton. He's lucky he didn't run into him.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking brought the tail out in front of Giannis.
Can you imagine he did that in front of him?
It's like Giannis didn't club him. I'm surprised. So.
Oh, that's good. All right, keep moving. Funniest teammate you've ever played with?
Funniest teammate. I'm going to say Jose Alvarado. He's
oh, yeah.
He talks a lot, but he's funny. Yeah.
Talk about stealing the ball.
Yeah, he's got his little trick he does hiding in the corner. So
they catch up to that one.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. How did Great Barrier Thief come about?
Actually, my teammate Larry Nance, he made a bunch of nicknames for me. He started off with there's a photo. Someone photoshopped me on a photo of Ice Spice, and he named me Dice Spice, and he'd always play fucking Ice Spice in the locker room and shit. So he just said, I got a new one for you. He's like, Great Barrier Thief. And I was like, yeah, fuck. If it sticks, it sticks. Like, I didn't really think of it at the start. And then the media took off with it, and it kind of just, blew up. So, I like it. Obviously, Great Barrier Reef out here. So Americans don't even know what the Great Barrier Reef is. So they just think
we ride kangaroos to work.
Exactly. Yeah. Fucking stupid. So they, it's stuck. It's cool. So we'll see. Maybe get a thief chain or something like that.
That's good. We'll look out for that one. Which player did you like to watch outside of Atlanta? Like, who's a player that you like to watch and, just take a few notes?
An offensive player I like to watch is Tyler Hero. I think he has like an unorthodox game where he's like his side-to-side movements. Basketball, me being a basketball fan and I really hone in on the details of what guys like to do, and he has like very long like strides, horizontally, whatever you want to call it, and he's very good at like his pick-up points and his release points and stuff like that. So a guy like him is something that you can take out, really look at in what he does and take things from his game. And then the defender I like to watch is Jalen McDaniels from Jaden McDaniels. Jaden, I don't know, with the Timberwolves one. He just his lateral movement, the way he uses his length, contest shots, doesn't foul. He's one of the guys that I really like to watch in the defensive end.
And he's starting to score as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I think LeBron even said he
was probably the game changer in that Lakers Timberwolves series. So he's a guy that's come a long way, and especially in the defensive end, I like to watch him.
This is a big one, but have you spoken to Kyrie Irving about playing for the Boomers?
Yeah, actually, I think it was my second year in New Orleans. I was like, I couldn't really hear what he said, but I was like, hey, man, like, you coming to play for us in the Olympics this year? He's like, yeah, you guys figure out the paperwork and I'll be there. So he, I think he wants to play for Australia. So it's just a bunch of shit. Like, you have to get through FIBA clearance, and because he's played for USA before, they have to let him play for Australia, and knowing them, they won't. So I think it's going to be harder than not to get him in an Australian uniform, but Hey, we want him. We want him.
We need him. We need the great man up there.
Exactly.
Imagine that. I mean, we got a serious side now.
Yeah, we are. I mean, there's a lot of young talent.
We're really young. And then, LeBron, Curry, Durant, hopefully they're still playing for 5 years, but once they're gone.
The thing is, we're fucking good. Like, we got a good young side, but I mean, I got full faith in us, really, going out there and winning a medal. You look at the other fucking teams in Europe, everyone's getting so much better. Like fucking France. Canada's great. France is great. Serbia's fucking good. Like all these teams, USA obviously, like Spain's always up there. Like these, it's just not easy. And winning a medal's never going to be easy, but it's only going to get harder. But we got the guys that, to do it. And if we play, Australian has their own way of playing that culture. So if we bring that, we can get it done on any given night.
Speaking of the boomers, like Paddy Mills, he's just the king. And like when we have, I want you to talk about what he's meant to you, but in the NBA, like help me understand how he doesn't get more minutes. Because when he does get minutes, he scores.
Yeah, the NBA is fucked, to be honest. Like it's just, you got good players sitting on the bench, and like a guy I give an example of is Cam Whitmore, who plays for Houston. He's a fucking beast, like so hard to guard, like strong, but whether it's an attitude thing, I don't even know. Like he just doesn't play. And a guy like Paddy, obviously a fucking Boomers legend, FIBA legend, Olympics legend, like so good, scoring, can get off any night. Obviously he's very undersized, which is a big reason probably why he doesn't play. But it's all about fit in the NBA and playing a role. You can't have 5 scorers on the court at the same time. There's only one ball. So it's about having guys that are going to defend, guys that are going to rebound, guys that are going to, be physical and you have to play a role in the NBA. And usually you got like 2 scorers on the team and then guys that, can score but play defense as well, rebound, do all the little things. So it's all about fit in the NBA. And that's also why I got my good opportunity at Atlanta. I fit well with them. So, Paddy obviously can go help any team he wants, but, it's up to the coach whether they play him or not.
Did you see the 6th man of the year, Pritchard? Like he comes on, just drains a few threes. Everyone's like, because they've obviously got their 2s out there. But he's just one that I always find staggering, doesn't get much court time unless there's a blowout. And when he does, he just drains them.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll keep moving here. We'll keep moving. What is the one item you can't live without on game day?
I need music before a game, so I need my AirPods. So I have to, be bumping some Young Boy or Little Baby or Gunna or something before a game, so get me going. But it's not an item, but I need a nap before I play as well. So especially if it's a night game, I need to get at least an hour nap in before.
When do you nap?
We have shoot around from like 10 to 11. Go home, get some food. From like 12. I usually nap around like 1 to 2, and then I leave at like 4 to go to the game.
For a night game?
Yeah.
And then how long's the warm up? How long are you prepping for one game? Like 4 hours?
Everyone's different. Like you get people, LeBron, he says he's there 5 hours before. I don't know about that.
He just get the media team out there and say, hey, quick couple of videos, and then the King's going to go and have a little massage.
Exactly. But most people get there around 2.5 to 3 hours before a game. And then everyone's shooting times are different. So for 2 hours, like there's always people on the court. There's like usually 2 people on the court at the time. So my shooting time is usually 2 hours before the game. So I'll get there like 2.5 hours. I'll do like a rollout, get ready, and then get on court and just go through my stuff, get back in the locker room, get my stretch, get my treatment and stuff. And then, I usually play and then do a lift after.
I can't believe you just lift it up. I mean, and then you fly out as well, don't you? Like you guys just fly out at any time.
Yeah. I mean, it's really, it's keeping the hard days hard and the light days light. So it's either people will lift at shoot around, which I do sometimes, but if I lift after, I just, I feel like I've, completed my whole routine kind of thing. And, it's usually games finish at like, if it's 7 o'clock games, probably 9:30 you finish. I lift from like 9:30 to like 10:15. And then, shower and get on the plane off to the next city. And
then when you land, it's kind of a complete down day that day?
It depends. Like you are, if we land at like 1, we probably have like a practice, like go through some stuff. It's optional shootings every practice, but like if we have a team practice, you have to be there obviously. So if we land at 1, we'll probably have like a team practice. But if we land at like 3, or and it's probably just optional shooting at like 11 or 12.
Is optional shooting optional? Like they say, I remember there's optional.
It's optional for the vets.
Yes,
it's not optional for
if you're not there as a young fella, it's like, I don't know about this bloke.
Exactly. It's optional for the guys that play over 30 minutes, I'd say. But if you're not playing or you're playing 10 minutes a game, you better be there.
Yeah, so it's not optional.
No, it's not optional.
And then road wins, like even the road, like just for anyone out there that doesn't understand, but when you're at home, good routine. But when you're on the road, like as I said, get your shit, get in the gym, get on a plane, land. You got back-to-back nights.
Yeah.
Like how hard is it? Like when you look at a schedule and you see, and you're playing some of the, like say you got to go to Boston to win on the road. Like how hard is that?
Yeah, it's hard, especially off back-to-backs. Obviously playing a game and then playing a game the next night, at that, the intensity of the NBA games played at. So it's hard. It's hard. And the travel's made easy for us, obviously. We get, a bus to the plane, jump on the plane, get off the plane, there's a bus waiting for us. So it's made easy. But like this year was like tough. I played average like 34, 35 minutes a game. I was, there's more back-to-backs this year. I think we had like 15 back-to-backs, and sometimes you're playing like you have a back-to-back, you have a day off game, day off, back-to-back game. Like it's like 6 games in like 9 days. It's a lot. And those stretches are really tough, and you have to take care of your body, obviously, after every game, but those ones are important. But there's no other way to put it. It's tough. Like you got to come prepared, but there's no excuses either. Like fans don't give a fuck if you just had a back-to-back. Fans don't give a fuck if you're tired. Like they got the money on you. If you don't get that parlay, then you're fucked.
That's certainly right. And I'll tell you what, they call it parlays over there, but at the moment I can't get near one. We obviously, PointsBet's a huge sponsor of ours, and they're built differently, and so am I, because I can't get near it. But are you allowed to bet on AFL?
Yeah.
You do?
I bet on AFL all the time.
That's great.
Stupid bets. I'm putting like 15 legs, $100, just hoping fucking I win $100 grand one day.
What's your favourite market on the AFL?
This year, the under points has really been paying for me. Like total points, it's usually around 170, 180. And sometimes teams will blow it out, but I think it's like been like 70% this year that there's been under that. So I always hammer that. I always pick a favourite, to win. I don't like it going against a favourite unless it's Tigers. But I'm not a big goal scorer guy. People always screw me over on the goals. So
I'm good on the goals. I can't get near the disposals.
The disposals, I always take like the players, like it usually gives you the players' averages, and I'll take the under or over. And, I'm a bit iffy on that, but, I'll probably hit more on that than I do the goals, probably because I'm putting fucking someone to kick 4 goals or something.
Yeah. It's always, as we call it, a little bit more juice.
Yeah.
To anyone out there, as you know, PointsBet built different. Just get behind our specials that we've got on the American Aces Hub. We've been all right. We've got this profit propeller going on our Aces AFL show. So essentially it's $1,000 that we put on, and we all have to pick a leg, single market, $2 each.
Yeah.
There's me, Daisy, Wall, and then the local footy club. Okay. And we have not been able to do it yet. We're 9 weeks in. How
many legs is it usually?
It's just 4 legs. But you've got to pick one market that's $2. It's so hard. So that's like, put it this way, like Tom Lynch would be 3 goals would be $2 or $2.15. If for 2, it's like $1.80. So I can't put it in.
Anything over 2 is pretty hard, to be honest.
Yeah, so. Single. Well, we're struggling, but we're very close. Very close. All right, let's keep going. What pick will Dash go in the draft?
1. Man, I can't root against my brother, so he's going to pick 1. He's got a good frame. He's really he's got a high ceiling. So I think the potential for Dash is really what sets him apart from other people.
I'm excited. We're talking like when you're both 35 and you're just sitting there, is he going to have your measure?
No, I'll never let him get my measure. I'll take his head off before if he gets close. So, but no, he's better than what I am at his age. But I'll never let him catch me. That's for sure.
You grew up 1-on-1, didn't you? That's what you used to play 1-on-1 in your backyard.
Yeah, we did. But he was like, I moved out of home when I was 15. So when I was 15, he would have been 10. So I was always fucking spanking him. But my older brother Kai, who's 2 years older than me, we kind of had some better battles, and it was funny. Like I would go against Dash and I'd beat him up, and then Kai would come and try to beat me up. So. There was a competitive backyard.
That's brilliant. And he was massive for you, Kai, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He was obviously having a bigger brother. I feel like it's good anyone having a bigger brother, to be pushed, put me in place if I'm doing the right thing, if I'm doing the wrong thing. So, Kai was really, a role model for me growing up.
It's awesome. Oh, can't wait to see all you boys. But is he playing down at VFL for Richmond?
He's on the VFL list. He doesn't really get many games because they're fucking they got a bunch of like hella players there. But I think he played one game, did all right. But he's playing down at Pyramid Hill in Bendigo.
Oh, so he plays VFL.
He'll
but
play
if
VFL if they got a spot.
Yeah. So last year he would have been playing easy because they had that many injuries.
Yeah,
you know what I
exactly.
mean? So
So-
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
They play local or they get the call up.
Mm,
That's grass, especially for Richmond as well because you
Yeah.
love the Tigers.
exactly.
Well, Courtside, I want everyone to know the name Courtside and
Mm.
I want them to understand this establishment, state-of-the-art facility, a first in Australia, and you're a part of it with a few special people. Can you just like give everyone a bit of an insight into what Courtside is?
Yeah, I mean, if you've heard about it, you probably just don't really know how big it is, and I think it's hard to explain. But like, we've got this huge warehouse, and we're building, we're renting out, or not renting out. Sorry, we've bought and we're building out. And it's got, if you've been to Hoop City in Cheltenham, they got one court down there. This one's going to have 3 full-size practice courts and a 4th main-size, big-size show court as well with stands. And then it's going to have 6 shooting bays, going to have dribbling bays, going to have recovery. It's going to have a big gym there. But I think the coolest thing is the retail side of it. We got fucking a huge retail space with obviously the big brands, Jordan, Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, those type of things. But they're getting exclusive stuff in there as well, which you've been able to deal out. The things you won't be able to get in other stores, you'll be able to get in those ones. And then there's some upcoming brands as well that are going to be in there. Viceti, my brand. Ryoko Rain, which is an American brand. They have like some of the shorts that you see a lot of guys wearing. David Patrick's another one that you don't find anywhere. So kind of these exclusive brands that are going to be in there. There's a restaurant. There's going to be a big, studio, theater, hangout area. Be a podcast studio up top in the glass above the main show court as well. So it's got a little bit of everything, and we're excited because it's only 2 months away before it opens. So it's all going really well, and I think people who haven't seen it yet, they'll start to see it more in the next month or so when the advertising stuff comes out. It's special.
It sounds special, what you just named off. And the people that you partnered with, who else is involved with it?
Yeah, so some of the owners, obviously myself, Josh Giddey, Chris Golding, Jordan Lawley, Jay Law, if you've heard of him in America, and then there's a few big bosses that are there as well. So we got a really good ownership group, and it's kind of cool being a part of something that you can create yourself, and like you just tweak anything you want, and you can have it to your liking, to what the public likes. So it's fun to be a part of.
And it's just in Port Melbourne as well, so it's not too far away.
Yeah, it's in a good spot, right next to Port Melbourne Secondary College. 5 minutes from the city. If you live out in Dandenong, you probably have to drive a little further, but who the fuck lives in Dandenong? But it's a good area down there.
That's great. Now, I've buttered you up here because there's always one more question on the fast. I had Tommy's 10 there, and I got to finish off with it. But were you robbed of Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, I was robbed. I mean,
Yes.
I was definitely robbed. I mean,
100% you were.
People haven't been. If you look at the stats, from what it's a big man's award. That's why I was robbed. But I think averaging 3 steals a game hasn't been done in over like 30 years or something like that. Like it's special. But I think voters. It says Defensive Player of the Year, but a team defense definitely goes into it a little bit, and we weren't good on that side of the floor. So, if we were top 4, top 5 seed, I probably would have nearly been a lock for it. But Evan Mobley's deserving of it. He's a great defender. I'm happy I beat Draymond. I'll let him know about that in our next game.
We think that's what Pistols Pete Hooley said on the NBA show. You were robbed, and we all said you were robbed, but it was more of the team award versus the individual award. I'm staggered that it's voted like that. Like it should just be individual like that, individual.
You look at every award nowadays, and it's like if you're on the worst team and you're the fucking best player in the league, there's no way you're going to win MVP. Like it just works like that. So I think if you're reasonable, like top 5 seed, that's probably it probably doesn't go into play. It'll be more the stats, but hey, I'm a defender, so I'm gonna be up there next year. It's gonna be tougher with Wemby, but hey, we'll see if we can beat four blocks a game.
You might need to average 5 steals a game.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be insane.
Big Wemby, he's gonna be hard to stop when he blocks the ball every second rebound. But every second time he's next to the ring, I should say. But yeah, you were robbed. Where were you when all that happens? Like, is that just an Instagram poll? I mean, we just did it on Instagram, right? So is there an email that goes out to all the top 10?
So They tell you the top 3 candidates like a week before. So I knew I was a top 3 candidate. And then they'll tell us like, hey, we're going to announce it on TNT, which is the channel they use in America for basketball. And they'll be like, hey, we're going to announce it at 9 a.m. We need you to film a reaction. So I'm in my parents' house, just have the phone set up, and they film a reaction for when I won it. So I had to do it for Defensive Player of the Year as well, but didn't get that one. So I'm glad I got the most improved.
I did see your interview. Is that when your old man had the balloons?
Yeah,
that was
a little bit TV time. So mum was a little jealous, so she got in on the next one.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, mate, robbed. Absolutely robbed. Far out. We were that keen to see that happen. It was, we were talking on our pod, it was UV Draymond, and we were saying, how can Draymond win it? And then Mobley won it. Do you think Mobley was going to win it?
I think it was, I thought Mobley, he was always the front runner. Draymond just talked his way up there. But, I mean, yeah, I kind of felt Mobley was going to win it just because he was on the number 1 seed, and he was up there for the whole year. So, he was definitely deserving of it, but fuck that, I should have won it.
Draymond's trash talk must be like a different level. Well, I've been watching him this, I guess, playoff series. I've been watching him for a long time, but I'm watching him and I'm getting to the point where I'm like, it looks like Steve Kerr just doesn't even say anything anymore.
Yeah, I mean, a guy like him, like, his trash talks, it's not that good. It's just like, you try trash talk with someone, you want the conversation to flow and like say different stuff, but he's barking the same thing like 10 times in a row and you just can't get a word out because he's fucking saying it 10 times louder. So it's obviously he's known for his physicality and trash talk, but he's not a good trash talker. He's just loud. He just fucking speaks his mind and just fucking barks at you for it says the same thing 10 times in a row.
I love seeing Ant go back at him. Ant Edwards is one of my favourites to watch. I think it's just the way he goes about it.
He's a good trash talker, Ant. Like, he actually has stuff that you wouldn't think people would say out there, and Ant will trash talk and he can back it up. So I love that I love that aspect of the game. I think it's good for the sport. For me, being a footy fan, I like seeing fights out there on the field, but they're not allowed to fight anymore.
Mate, you get fined even if you're the third bloke in trying to pick up your mate. No one stays out of it. Well, they all stay out of them these days. It's all kind of a melee, or they're like, yep, fuck it, one in, all in, or it's like, just let it go.
Fucking a little jumper punch and leave them alone, or it's, full go for it and just to cop the fine at this point.
I think our man Toby Green, he says if he gets to the grand final, he's happy to just let loose because he said it's.
Hey, Toby, I've been watching. He's been a little quieter on the fighting this year, so we need to see you out there, Toby. Get active, man.
Get active. Can you cover a couple of his fines?
Yeah, I got. Hey, if you get active, Toby, I got your fines. All right, we'll say it right here.
He'll love that.
I love that chippy side of the game. So come on, get it going.
There you go, Tobes. No excuses, mate. Get back up there. I think Zachy Butters has got he's the fines leader at the moment, which is unbelievable because he's quite young. Have you got a welcome to the, I guess, not welcome to the league moment, but I guess a fan moment? When you were pick 8, you're playing at New Orleans, I guess, but like, was there a moment where you're guarding LeBron James and going, holy shit, like this is surreal?
He actually gave me my welcome to the NBA moment. It was about probably game 6 or 7 in my rookie year, and I went in to take a charge and he just ran through me. Like, it was clean charge, but I didn't get the call. I was like, yep, this is the LeBron whistle. Like, there's no way a rookie getting a call on fucking 20-year vet. So that was my welcome to the NBA moment. So I definitely won't be taking no more charges on LeBron. That's for sure.
That's great. He's a machine, and he can dictate the refs, doesn't he? He really squeals for the refs. What about any other players or any other moments where you're like, oh, this is unbelievable?
I mean, I've guarded Devin Booker a few times and he's just gotten off like fucking 58, 54, 52. Like, they were all in my rookie year. And it's like, fuck, when these guys get going, you just can't stop them. Like, they don't see you. They fucking dribbling away from the basket, just turning around faders. Like, it's deflating out there, man, when they fucking go on a 20-0 run by themselves and you're guarding them every possession. It's like, fuck, what do I do? So it's a lonely island out there. But that's probably that was my second welcome to the NBA moment after the LeBron one.
Who's the matchup that you love the most? I guess now that you are the defensive player of the year, especially in our books. But when you go to the games, it's not like that anymore. Because as a rookie, they're probably looking at you going, here we go, this will be easy. But now it's like they're probably going on the game going, shit.
Yeah, I mean, I love the matchup of Brunson. I think we've kind of, my first 2 games against him, I kind of kept him, 2 in check. I got the edge on him. And then the second 2, he tried, actually, the third one, he fouled me out. And then I had an interview and I was talking about, like he's just out there trying to foul me out. He doesn't want me guarding him. So that got in the media. And then I'm sure he would have seen that. So the fourth one, we was going at it. He got up a few more shots, a few cheeky bumps and stuff, elbows in there. But, the competitive side of it, I think, you're going at these guys, but at the end of the day, like no one really hates each other out there. It's just, unless you're fucking Draymond, but you hate everyone. But Brunson's a matchup I really like going against.
He is incredible to watch as well. Speaking of the playoffs, have you got it? You've obviously said OKC is the toughest team. Do you expect them to go all the way? Obviously, when we do these podcasts, we don't normally ask questions on the fly because they are the evergreen type of setup. But we can't not ask you what you think's going to happen because, as I said, Aces NBA show. If you haven't subscribed, tune in. Everyone here at Oz American Aces. We are, Pistols Pete. He's the specialist, and he tipped the Clippers But I didn't mind it, but it upsets everywhere. Boston down too early. Obviously, they've just clawed one back as we record this, and the Cavs there. I think it's 3-1. Like no one saw that coming. So, what do you think's going to happen?
The playoffs is just different. Like teams, the best team always wins in the playoffs, and regular season OKC was the best team for sure. They brought it every night, but like playoffs, like you're getting the best of every team, the best of every player, and I still have OKC to win it. I think. They're too tough. They're too, I don't know. They have, guys that can score the ball. They have defenders everywhere. I think Denver's going to be their hardest challenge. I think now that, I think Boston will, beat New York. But I really like a sneaky chance. I think Indiana's going to get out of the East. I really do. I think Indiana's going to make the finals and it'll be OKC Indiana finals. And I got OKC sweeping them. So.
Wow. OKC sweep would be, that would be disappointing, really.
Yeah, no one wants to see a sweep
No
in
one
the finals.
sees a sweep, but New York would be good, just for what you said. Imagine New York in the, in the finals. It's been a long time.
New York and Boston, this series, I think it'll go to a Game 7. I think Boston will get it done, but I really like Indiana, man. Like, just the way they're playing. They play hard. They got talent everywhere. Like, they're tough to beat.
You didn't vote Halliburton most overrated, did you?
I didn't do that poll.
NBA players aren't doing that poll, are they?
No, they actually are. They come up to us and ask us in the locker room, "Hey, we got an anonymous player poll for us to do. You want to do it?" So I said, "Nah," but there's some people do it, but I'm not that type of guy.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Now, I want to talk about Viceti, mate. By the way, congratulations on an unbelievable year, and all us Aussies that watch, like it's a different experience when we can see all you boys playing at different clubs in the NBA, and obviously we had the Boomers last year, but keep it up. It's awesome. So well done. I just wanted to obviously close that convo on the NBA. It's just, I can't wait to get over there and watch a few games, but yeah, man, I think you already know how, as you saw with Big Ivan, how proud you should be, but how, I guess, proud we are to watch you, because it's really impressive when you're talking about the best players in the game and you are keeping them to, some of their worst games. So keep it up. Can't wait to see what you do offensively, even more this year, like you said. I can't believe you said you were shooting at 58%. I wouldn't have thought that. So I reckon you'll pick that up easily. That's probably a fatigue thing, by the way, when you're D when you're on the court all game. Viceti, talk to me about your clothing brand. This is pretty big to be, I'd imagine it must be pretty cool having your own clothing brand. And what's your teammates think of it when you told them?
Yeah, it's special. It's something I've always wanted to do, is have my own clothing line. And it's just cool when you can create your own stuff and put your mind to things. And it gets me away from basketball as well. As, I feel like I have a creative mind and I'm able to go out there and just do whatever I want. And we've done 2 drops now that have done really well. Both of them are sold out. So we got a really big 3rd drop coming with our Vouseti store that we're going to be opening at Courtside. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, Vouseti means you and I, and Vous is you in French. The E is and in Italian, the I is English, obviously. So it's me and my best friend, you and I, sticking together. I think it's really popular among athletes and stuff like that. So we're really trying to reach out to be a part of the general public and that sort of thing and get it out there. But my teammates love it. They always ask me for stuff. I bought a huge box in. I said, just take whatever you want, and it was gone in 5 seconds. So they love it. They always ask me for more. So once I get this next drop, we'll have a lot of stock. Get it out to you. Obviously, hook Tommy up here.
Well, I got the custom tee on here. It's a cracker. That's exactly. I saw Cocky was wearing it the other day as well.
Yeah, he's supporting. So shout out, Cocky. Tanasi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
a great guy.
No, him and Kyrgios going at it in tennis. Love watching them. So
Special K. Yeah, Cocky's got he's got the pec injury at the moment, so he's just been working on the. Can you imagine pec? He had to get a tendon from someone else. I think someone else's Achilles put into his pec.
I mean, playing tennis as well is not good, but hopefully he gets better from that. But yeah, I mean, Viceti, really excited to launch our next drop. So it's about a month and a half away, but it's big things coming.
That's awesome, man. It's. I mean, as you know, I've got Rick's Eyewear and you got Viceti. Like it's a different beast, isn't it? You got to be methodical, the creativity side of things, the content.
Actually, I bought a pair of Rick's the other day.
Did ya?
So yeah, I fucking love them. The Soho cherries. So,
there you go, the cherries. I didn't know what kind of style you want. I've got the Rick's box of gold next to me that I was gonna. You always get to pick your favorite pair. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's sick. So
Soho cherries. They Timmy Tarano put them on the map for us.
Oh really?
You'd be a big fan of
Timmy Tarano. Yeah, Richmond guy.
We obviously did a little potty and did a little clip of him, and that ad just went bananas, which is, and then they're kind of different as well, is what I like. Speaking of different, like, with Vouseti, what is your favorite, I guess your favorite item? You're wearing the hoodie there. Like, what's you like a staple tee that I'm wearing? Like, what would you recommend?
I mean, from our previous drops, I would probably say it's, we had a bomber jacket in our first drop that went really well. So that's my favorite. But I mean, I'm a hoodie guy. We got cream. We got really nice color hoodies. So the cream, the brown, the black 00s, that was a really big one. But we have some slacks coming in. I like dressing nice. So we have some nice slacks with a nice button-up pair. They go really well together. So
that's
looking forward to getting those.
I can visualize the tunnel fits. You must love the tunnel fits.
I fucking do, man. This year I've really, kind of stepped up my fashion game. So, I'm looking to, you can make some money in the fashion industry. So, you dress nice, look nice, brands get onto you and, bang, you get some deals done.
Yeah, well, it's smart. How much time goes into the tunnel fits?
Oh, too much. Every time I go to New York or like a nice shopping city, Chicago or something, a day off, I'm out shopping for 6-7 hours, just buying like fits for the next 10-15 games. So it's a lot of time and money spent on fits, but I mean, that's one of my passions.
Well, it's like SGA and Russell Westbrook and those type of guys. They're wearing some outrageous stuff. Some of those coats that they wear, like
some of it's different, but hey, you dress. If people feel comfortable in what they wear, then I'm all for it. So I like when people are different, but some of the different is getting too different.
Yeah, there's some stuff out there, especially when they got like no tops on and the overalls and all that. I'm like, you'd want to be putting up 30, and for you having 16 steals if you're rocking that kind of outfit. And where can they find Viceti? Obviously, just online, Viceti.com.
Yeah, Viceti.com is where we sell everything. Viceti.store is where we have our Instagram and Viceti TikTok. If you want to see our content we create and stuff like that, but. Viceti store coming in Port Melbourne when Courtside opens, so about 2 months away. So looking forward to that as well.
Will you be back down for that?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Oh, that's big. Have you guys got sunglasses?
No, but Rick's?
Why don't we? There's something we should talk off air because not a lot of brands have sunglasses and we don't do clothing.
We're starting to do accessories as well, so sunglasses would be a nice I think
accessory. We'll talk off air about a little something with Viceti, Rick's collaboration. Just hold that thought.
Now, Rick's Viceti collab.
Yeah, there you go. Now, the Rick's box of gold. Pick your favorite pair and tell me why. You got the Soho cherries already, but tell me which ones you like. The names on the inside, different colors. I've put 6 different styles and frames in there. And anyone at home, if you want a pair, use the discount code ACES at checkout when you visit rickseyewear.com.au. The big fella's already got the Soho cherries. I'm keen to see which ones you like.
These caught my eye straight away. So.
Champagne Melrose.
Yeah, that's got me written all over it.
They look good. They look good. Brown lens, that's you.
I love the colour.
They are one of our classics as well. Named them after Melrose Avenue in Los Angeles.
I'll definitely see some people in Melrose wearing these for sure.
I got to ask you why you leave them on. Sunglasses inside. Show me that box. Yeah. Sunglasses inside, man. Like, I feel like it happens a lot in America. You're on the court. A lot of celebrities sitting in celeb row. Are you all for it or are you against them?
Well, I wear it, so I'm for it. But there's definitely no benefits. It just makes it harder to see. So they don't belong inside. But I think sunglasses is just a nice accessory. It's like a chain. You can fucking put some sunnies on inside, and you people in America are smoking that chuff, their eyes aren't looking good. They throw the sunnies on to cover it up. So that's why most people wear them inside. But I think they're just a nice accessory and they go well. You can put them together with the fit. So I'm for it.
I'm actually, they are looking very nice on you, the champagnes. I've just found them out the back there today and I'll put the old classics in there and you pulled them out.
Beautiful.
That is great. You've traveled the world. We always ask everyone that comes on, Ricks and retirement. If you could just retire anywhere in the world, just, going off the places you've visited, what is the nicest place in the world you'd take your Rixies with you and why?
It's hard, man. Like, I always get asked this question. And I mean, I love Australia, but I can't retire here. Like, I just think, I want to go explore the world and be, find something that I'm unfamiliar with and that I can, learn about more and really discover. And I was in Saint-Tropez this off-season and it was just beautiful out there. Like the beach clubs they got, like the nightlife. I think that's a really good spot, but it's a little too loud. So I'll probably say somewhere in Italy, Italy maybe on the like Amalfi Coast or something like that. It's got the nice nightlife out there, but it's also got the chill spots. And if I was gonna start a family somewhere, I'd say it has to be Europe somewhere. But I'm gonna say Italy.
That's
not sure.
Nice. I didn't think you'd go Euro. That's good.
Yeah, I'm a big Europe fan.
That is nice. We've had the Amalfi Coast before. It's somewhere that everyone's going to start to travel and take the Rixies with them. What about America? Like, what's the coolest place in America? I've been to America a lot.
Yeah.
What is your favourite spots outside of Atlanta? We don't want to piss anyone off in Atlanta, but where's your like little? Because I love Newport. I'll give you I love Newport, California. Just an hour outside of LA. Kind of like just great people and sports bars. I don't know. That's me.
You actually, you've probably taken mine. That Orange County area.
We're on the same page.
Down there on the beach, Newport, Huntington Beach. I spent like a year out there. My agent lives out there, so my trainer as well. So I do a lot of time out there, and it's just beautiful. Nice weather, nice beaches, and I mean, I wouldn't do like Miami is too loud down there. New York's too many people. I think LA's a little too dirty. But you go an hour outside LA up to Orange County, Newport. That's where you want to be.
That's what I've been telling. No one ever listens to me as well. They just go your generic spots. I'm trying to think. Is it A's? The restaurant A's?
A's. I'm not.
I think it's a steakhouse called A's. Or there's a couple of places. You would have been to a few of them.
Yeah.
With your agent.
Well, Mastro's is a big chain.
Mastro's. That's the one.
But Mastro's down there is beautiful.
Yeah.
So
yeah. No, that's that is the place. There's Mastro's. I think there's A's as well, and there's one more. There's a Mexican place, but I can't think of the name of it. Yeah. Someone that's listening would have done it. Last one. Can the Ricks team have just wrote in? Can we expect some Rixies and the tunnel fits this year?
I've got my Ricks now, so I bought a pair the other day. So you'll definitely be seeing some Ricks in the tunnel. Absolutely,
that is fantastic, mate. I can't thank you enough for jumping in studio. Like we always said, we'll just wait till you got the right time, but thanks so much, mate, for jumping on Tommy Talks and American Aces. We are the home of Australian and American sport, and blokes like you coming in and just telling us about your year and your moments and continually coming back. I can't thank you enough. We're all behind you, and thanks so much for jumping on, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure.
I appreciate it. It's been great. For me, obviously haven't been able to get it done last year, but to finally get on, and obviously fucking great legend here. So enjoy the time and. Hopefully we can do another one, soon.
We'll have to talk off air about this Sunglass Viceti collaboration coming up. Ricks Viceti, just hold that thought. I reckon we've got something, especially the way you're looking. To everyone that tuned in and continually tunes in, please hit the subscribe button. Flick this to a mate that loves this man's work. Defensive Player of the Year, absolutely robbed in our opinion, but you'll get it next year anyway. So thank you. We'll see you next week right here on American Aces. Cheers. Aces, I know that's the end of the show, but here's a shameless plug for Ricks. It doesn't come without great value. Use our discount code ACES to get 20% off site-wide on us. And don't be worried about shopping eyewear online. We'll give you our 90-day free return policy just in case they're not the perfect fit. Head over to rickseyewear.com.au and find your fit today.
You need your bodyguard to be quick. And Gas is as quick as they come. Still, he's not as quick as a PointsBet app where I can place my same game multi before he's had a chance to even... We'll call that a draw.
It's never been quicker to piece together an AFL same-game multi with PointsBet.
Memories.
PointsBet. Built different.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.